All right, partners, we are back. We got a new trailer here for Fire Emblem Heroes, so let's check it out. By the way, we got hit by daylight savings if you live in America. Not sure why we still do that nonsense, but so trailer time is at a different time. Okay, Mistress of Fear. Who is this? Oh shit, it's Echo. So okay. So we got Nuibaba here. A blue tome infantry type. Honestly, I didn't recognize it for a sec, but it's been such a long time since I've played Echoes, and also such a long time since we've actually had an Echoes banner. So it looks like May being on the recent spring banner wasn't a fluke. Like, they actually had Echoes in mind. So, this is perfectly fine by me. I'm not in opposition to this. All right, so there are the stats. She's taking drops to a lot of things. Kind of difficult to... Well, this Edelgard here, this one's got Def Res Ploy. And then this Robin over here does attack and speed, I think, drops. And then she inflicts... Actually, does she do drops like that? I don't even remember, man. Whatever, it doesn't matter. So, 40 HP, 54 attack, 34 speed, 10 defense, 40 res. So, basically, high attack, high res, mediocre speed. She's an arcane hero, by the way. So, Arcane Medusa, 14 might, 2 range, -1 special trigger. At start of turn, if unit's HP is over 25%, grants Anathema to unit for 1 turn. Oh, just unit, not to allies as well? Because, that's a really good status effect that we got on the Ninja Tharja. But the reason why it's good on her is that she gives it to all your allies. Only giving it to 1 unit, I don't know if that's really going to make that effect as crazy as it could be. At the start of combat, if unit's HP is over 25%, grants a bonus to all stats equal to 25% of foe's attack. At the start of combat, -4 with a max of 14 and a min of 5. Deals damage equal to 15% of unit's attack, including on AoEs. Reduce damage from foe's first attack by 7 on their first attack and brave attack. And also grants special cooldown count -1 to unit before unit's first attack during combat. So, is this the best arcane blue tome in the game right now? I'm not sure if it is. I think it might be. Because what was the last arcane blue tome? I don't even remember. It might have been Plumeria's, right? Arcane Plumeria's blue tome. So, this would most certainly have to be better than that by this point. Alright, she's got Iceberg, Sly Mirror, once again. Didn't we just get Arcane Lilina, who had Sly Mirror and basically a similar Arcane Tome? Mounting Fear, unique B skill here. At the start of turn, inflicts panic, exposure, and deep wounds on foes with res less than unit's res, and that are within 2 spaces of another foe through the next action. Okay. Inflicts attack and res -5 on the foe, deals damage equal to 20% of unit's res, excluding on AoEs. How good would it have been if that comboed with the weapon and did bonus damage on the AoE? Alright, I guess not this time. Alright, also reduce the percentage of foes' non-special DR by half. And also for units' first attack during combat, if damage dealt prior to damage reduction calculation is less than foe's HP -1, sets damage before damage reduction as foe's HP -1. So that's basically the same thing as Bane that the Arcane Soth has. And it's not a very good effect because it does that, and then you can still block the damage from like non-pierceable DR, so like flat DR, like from attack speed XL, attack defense XL, and so on and so forth. That can actually block whatever damage you would get out of that. So it's not very good. It sounds good on paper. It sounds really cool, but it's actually not very good. All right, Times Pulse Helm. As if we needed another goddamn Times Pulse. Didn't we just get Johanna Ike, who had one? At the start of turn, if unit's special cooldown count is at its maximum value, grants special cooldown count -1. Grants a bonus to attack and res during combat equal to unit's max special cooldown count value +2. And also, if unit's special cooldown count is at its maximum value after combat, grants special cooldown count -1 to unit. Okay, is this one better than Ike's? Well, it does different stats. I think Ike's did attack and speed. This one is doing attack and res, and it's also a completely different effect, too. Yeah, I don't know, man. There's just way too many different variations of Time's Pulse at this point. I can't even keep up anymore. Not to mention, we got it as a Sacred Seal and also an Echo skill. Alright, let's see her animation, though. Okay, literally Medusa comes out. Alright, I guess the name of that tome isn't in vain. Alright, sure. Yeah, I guess Echoes is very heavily rooted in Greek mythology, right? Look back to the artwork for the OG Mila, where they made her look like a Greek goddess. Okay, Priest of Mila. Once again, I don't even remember this guy. Okay, nomah. So we're dipping into the, like, B-tier ranks of characters for Echoes, it looks like. But, hey, I'm not going to complain. I'm sure people are happy about these two. Also, he is a Green Tome infantry type. It is nice to get some love for some of the OGs. Kind of looking like Athos a little bit. Not as awesome, though. Alright, here are his stats. So, 40 HP, 61 attack, 28 speed, 24 defense, and 49 res. Sure. Okay, Prior's Tome, 14 might, 2 range, -1 special trigger. If unit is within 2 spaces of a trap in Aether Raids, allies on the map can move to a space within 2 spaces of unit. Trap in Aether Raids includes any trap triggered, disarmed, false, or otherwise. Allies in 2 spaces of unit can move to any space within 2 spaces of unit. For allies within 2 spaces of unit, grants attack and res of 5 and neutralize penalties to attack and res during their combat, and recover 7 HP after combat. And then also, if unit is in 3 spaces of an ally, grants a bonus to attack and res equal to 20% of unit's res at start of combat +6. Nullify penalties to attack and res, deals damage equal to 20% of unit's res, excluding on AoEs, and then makes a guaranteed follow-up, and recovers 7 HP after combat. Now, what is the purpose of him letting people warp onto traps? If he's in 2 spaces of a trap, allies on the map can move to a space in 2 spaces of him. So I guess he could be like a mile away, but he's 2 spaces away from a trap, and then someone on the other side of the map that's like way more than 2 spaces away from him could just end up warping in that way. It would have been interesting if he also lets you get hex or disarm trap when an ally warps onto a trap in 2 spaces of him. But he doesn't exactly do that, so I don't know, kind of a situational thing. Also, doesn't really serve much of a purpose when we've got units like Emblem Lin, who dominates Aether Raids and doesn't even need to move on to traps or anything. Alright, then we got Glacies, Seal Attack and Res 3. I cannot believe they are passing that off as a new skill. Alright, then he's got Pulse Up Ploy. A more tried and true version of Time's Pulse there. As opposed to the one on... what's her face? Nuibaba. Alright, so there's his attack animation. Basically, it's just Excalibur. Oh! Okay, Blight Mercenary, this guy. Alright, Jesse, yeah. I think people wanted Jesse, actually. I do remember people asking for him. Once again, I should probably dust off Echoes and play it again, because a lot of these characters that aren't, like, super major characters, I've completely forgotten. Alright, Jesse is a sword infantry type. He's also going to be the demote, presumably, considering that he's in slot 3 here. Yeah, unfortunately. Hexblade, Sword Plus, 14 might, 1 range. At start of turn, if unit is in 2 spaces of an ally, grants unit can't be slowed by terrain, and Hexblade to unit for 1 turn. If unit initiates combat or is in 2 spaces of an ally, grants all stats of 5 to unit during combat, and deals damage equal to 10% of unit's attack, excluding on AoEs. I mean, they might as well allow that to work on AoEs at this point. It's not like it's going to break the game in any sort of way. It's also not like too many sword units are really running AoE builds in the first place. Okay, Moonbow, Speed and Defense Ideal 3, and then Repel 3. Yeah, maybe if this guy came out 5 years ago, Repel 3 on a demote would have been a major moment. Alright, there's his attacking animations, sure. Alright, so we got an attuned hero here. Let's see who it is. Oh. Okay, attuned Alm, huh? Sure, I guess Celica ended up getting... What was her again? What was she? She was Ascended, right? We got Ascended Celica, so now we have attuned Alm. Alright, looking pretty nice there. This attire so similar to Celica's. I am glad to wear it. Alright, yeah, his English voice will be implemented at a later date. I guess the strike is still ongoing here. You know, a lot of people, because of the strike, a lot of people are asking for the Japanese voices to be available in the English version of the game now. I don't know if they can do that, because that would be a massive data download to add all the Japanese voices. Because sound files take up a lot of space, man. So I don't know if they're actually going to do that, but people do want it, so maybe. All right, we got a glimpse of his stats there. 41 HP, 65 attack, 53 speed, 30 defense, 28 res. Oh, look at that. Another Times Pulse variant. Goodness gracious, man. What is the deal? What is their fetish with freaking Times Pulse? Does every unit need to have Times Pulse? God damn it. Okay, True Bond Bow, 14 might, 2 range, effective against flying, -1 special trigger. Unit can move to a space within 2 spaces of any ally in 2 spaces. Okay. At the start of turn, if unit is in 2 spaces of an ally, for unit and allies in 2 spaces of unit, grants attack and speed great talent +2. And also, if special cooldown count is at its max value, grants special cooldown count -2. If special cooldown count is at its maximum value -1, grants special cooldown count -1. Interesting. If unit initiates combat or is in 2 spaces of an ally, grants a bonus to all stats equal to the number of allies in 3 columns of 3 rows, centered on unit times 3 + 5, with a max of 14. Unit deals +X damage, excluding on AoEs, and then also reduced damage from foes' attack by X during combat, where X is the total value of attack and speed, great talent ×2, with a max of 30. Okay, that's a pretty high number there. First attack normally means their first attack, but in this case also the brave attack, and then recovers 7 HP after combat. This skill grants a max of great talent +10 rather for unit. Alright, not quite as high. I mean, we've seen great talent go up to +20 on Speed Taker and also on whatever the one that Alphonse had is. But we have seen higher values for great talent, so it's interesting that... Alright, let's say you've got both up to +10 because you can get attack and speed up 10. You would times that by 2, and then you would get the max of 30 pretty easily there, actually. So you'd only need great talent +5 on both, I think. Is that... No, you would need +15, but... I mean, you're not going to get +15. You could have, like, +8 to great talent, attack, and speed. And then times that by 2, and that would give you your max of 30. It kind of weird the way this works here, but... How quickly does he get up to it? It's attack and speed, great talent +2 at the start of every turn. So he would need 5 turns to fully build that up. It seems like a slow build for that. Maybe the idea is to run him with other units that give great talent, like Alphonse, for example, or like give him Speed Taker or something. Okay, True Lunar Flash, 3-hit special. When special triggers, treats foes' defense and res as if reduced by 35%. Boost damage by 35% of speed. Neutralize DR effects from non-special skills. Prevents foes' specials that are triggered by units attack. Oh boy, we're doing this again. So the same thing as Legendary Ira, where we're just negating Pavis and Aegis. Alright, welcome back to negating Pavis and Aegis. And then also, if units or foes' special is ready or triggered before or during this combat, reduce damage from foes' next attack by 40%. Yeah. I mean, seems pretty good to me. Alright, once again, we've got perfect attack and speed. Speed Taker, like I said, that's probably what you would want to give this guy specifically, so he can just stack up his great talent even faster. I mean, this skill grants a max of great talent +20. Is that going to stack with the +10 from his weapon and give him, like, great talent plus 30 for speed. Is that how that works, or does it just calculate the highest possible great talent value? I'm not exactly sure on that. Okay, pulse on blades. We had pulse up blades, now we've got pulse on blades. Huh. Yeah, another time. How many different versions of Times Pulse are they going to give us? This is like back in the day when they gave us 50 variants of Swift Sparrow. Grants a bonus to units' attack and speed equal to the unit's max special cooldown count value plus 2. And if unit's attack can trigger unit special, grant special cooldown count minus 2 to unit before unit's first follow-up during combat. That's very good. So he can just avoid like scowl effects and all that nonsense. That's a good place to just get the special ramping. Then he's also got Lull Echo, so this is his Echo skill here. Inflicts a penalty on foes' attack, speed, defense, and res equal to the number of bonus effects active on the foe, with a max of 4, excluding stat bonuses, and nullify foes' bonuses during combat. Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, if we're talking about like all the possible Echo skills, it's not going to be as meta as stuff like Null Sea Echo. I think that's one of the crazier ones. Then we also have Soaring Echo, which is a must for flyers. But like this one, for just like damage dealers, I think could be definitely a pretty good option. Because there's not really a good DPS Echo skill. I mean, we have Death Blow Echo, which is attack up 4 when you initiate. That's not so good. We have Far Trace Echo, which is actually pretty good, but it's only for far units. He seems pretty good. For an attuned hero, he seems like he's going to be a really good unit. Alright, then we have more of these two here. Balder and Hoder. Yeah, so we should be getting Balder at some point. They didn't show who the GHB is going to be this time. So I'd have to log into the game to figure that out. Alright, banners dropping in 2 days. Basically 2 resets. Alright, then of course we can... we get 2 sparks on the banner. That makes sense, because typically they do that when there's an attuned hero and a rearmed hero, or like one of these banners that have 2 different types of special heroes. They typically will do this where you can spark twice. I think Ulm is pretty good. I don't know about Nuibaba. I don't know about this guy here. Already forgot his name again. Oh, man. I am so bad when it comes to names. Alright, then we have Jesse over there. So, Ulm is probably good. He's probably a really good user of the Lin Ring, too. But you can definitely skip this. This is not like a must summon or anything like that. Yeah, so I guess that's pretty much it. We can go ahead and take a look on Twitter. We'll see if they posted the skill inheritances for the new passives. Alright, yes, they have. Okay, let me go ahead and pull that up real quick. Okay, so Pulse on Blades cannot be used by anybody besides infantry, pretty much. And weapon type doesn't matter, so any infantry unit can get it. Lull Echo is for infantry and cavalry, which makes sense. Those were the people that could get it before. Times Pulse Helm is available for infantry only. And then Seal Attack and Res 3. Such a criminal passive that they actually are treating this like it's new. Come on, at least give him like Discord Attack Res. That one's pretty solid. Ain't nobody running the Seal level 4s anymore. Alright, that one can't be used by staff. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. This is your boy Tasho signing out. So take care, and I will catch y'all again on the flip side.